Hi. In this video, I would like to explain the United Nations Resolution 242 because it has been wrongfully used to justify the big lie of the Israeli occupation of Judea and Samaria. Resolution 242 was issued in 1967 after the Six-Day War, when 5 Middle Eastern countries, Egypt, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, and Iraq, attacked Israel from all directions with the intention to rid the Middle East from the Jews. I can recall a radio station from Egypt announcing in bad Hebrew that they are going to throw the Jews into the sea. At that time, Judea and Samaria were occupied by Jordan against the United Nations ruling, which made Jordan the true illegal occupier. Nevertheless, Israel was well prepared for the attack, and within 6 days, all Muslim military attempts were defeated. While pushing the attacks back, Israel gained the Sinai Desert, to include Gaza from Egypt, the Golan Heights from Syria, and Judea and Samaria, to include eastern Jerusalem from Jordan. Since Judea and Samaria were then illegally occupied by Jordan, they were in actuality liberated rather than occupied by Israel, as the Muslim anti-Semitics want you to believe. The paragraph most often used to justify the mythical Israeli occupation of Judea and Samaria read like this: termination of all claims or states of belligerency and respect for and acknowledgement of the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence of every state in the area, and the right to live in peace within secure and recognized boundaries, free from threats of acts of force. Free of acts of force did not happen until today. Israel is still suffering terrorist attacks on a daily basis. Israel's plan was to return the gained areas to their former countries in exchange for peace. But Judea and Samaria did not have rightful owners, since they were illegally occupied by Jordan, and Jordan never granted the residents of this area an independent state. There was no state to return it to. Today, the so-called Palestinians want you to believe the Judea and Samaria area belonged to them, when in reality, it never was. In 1988, Jordan renounced its hold on Judea and Samaria to include East Jerusalem, and in 1994, Jordan and Israel signed a peace treaty to include the Jordan River as the border between Israel and Jordan. At that moment, Judea and Samaria legally became a part of Israel. Any other claim is a subversion of the historical facts and of the resolution of 242. Keep in mind that Resolution 242 was written in 1967, before the Jordan-Israel peace treaty in 1994, and therefore doesn't relate to it. But the so-called Palestinians completely disregard the Jordan-Israel peace treaty and want Israel to return to the 1967 border between Jordan and Israel, as if the peace treaty never happened. You could also hear United States presidents calling for Israel to return Judea and Samaria to its rightful owners, when since 1994, Israel is the rightful owner. I asked numerous people to explain the logic of returning Judea and Samaria to the rightful owners, and was consistently sent to read the Resolution 242 for an answer, where there is nothing in the resolution that relates to the peace events that took place after it was issued. Furthermore, the resolution states that its intention is to establish peace between countries involved. And peace indeed was established between Jordan and Israel. This means that Resolution 242 achieved its intent in Judea and Samaria. When people who use Resolution 242 to cry wolf were asked, what would it take to establish peace in the Middle East? They commonly answer, getting rid of the Jews, or sending the Jews back to where they came from, or dismantle the Zionist project, or wage the jihad war, etc. Because it appears that those who sent me to read it, never read it themselves, and may also not be aware of the historical events surrounding it. But clearly, it doesn't bother them, because when it comes to crying wolf, the truth doesn't matter. If you didn't know, now you know. Bye.